Guys, I broke the banking system code. I'm going to show you exactly how Ripple and Jpmorgan are going to take over the banking system. As you look this way, there's a whole nother narrative going on this way. My name is Coach JV. You haven't met me before. Coach JV, the top health, mindset, and crypto coach in the world. What you believe in your heart, you think in your mind will eventually become your words and become your reality. If you can see it in your mind, eventually you can hold it right here in your hands. What you repeatedly do gets ingrained in your subconscious mind. What gets ingrained in your subconscious mind becomes an unconscious activity. Warriors, before we kick it off, we are all starting together on January 3rd, our 120-day challenge. My Academy helps you get your shit together. Move into the new quantum financial system with our Crypto Academy 2.0. What is crypto? How to do it, and an example. 5 calls per week, connections with my research team and my technical analysis team, ask crypto questions, and most of all, we're all going through our 120-day challenge starting January 3rd. Subconscious mind programming, goal setting, vision board creation, exactly how I got my shit together, and I ended up in this position. I'm going to teach you how to manage into this quantum financial system and how to open up your mind and awareness to the possibilities for you, human being. What you need to do is click the description down below, click the challenge. You'll see it right down there, and get your spot today. All right, so let's kick it off, Warriors. I'm going to break this down. This can be a longer video, okay? A longer video. So you're going to have to be a warrior and make it all the way through till the end, okay? So I'm going to show you. Now, remember, let's make this very clear. I spent 12 years in banking. I went to CBA Executive Banking School. You can look it up, Consumer Banking Association Banking School. I learned how to scale banks at a very high level. I also was at a bank that went through a scandal. I got to see a scandal, how it was ran on the banking system. I know how banks work, Warriors. So this stuff makes so much sense to me. So I keep hearing people say that Ethereum is going to collapse. Ethereum is not going to work. Ethereum is going to go away. Warriors, Ethereum is deep in the banking system. And I'm starting to see very clearly what the XRP Ripple case is all about. It's about bringing in a new Howey test. Ripple is connected to Bank of America. Ripple, Bank of America, Jpmorgan are going to take over the banking infrastructure. They cannot consume more banks due to the breadth or due to the monopoly rules, right? But what they can do is they can get banks underneath their umbrella by having them use their DLT, distributed ledger technology, and blockchain technology. So they're going to monopolize the market, taking advantage of banks' ability not to afford to move into this new quantum financial system. So we think that we're moving away from the banks, and actually we're going to be caught up in the banks. So it's an amazing race to make sure the public does not catch on and the retail come rushing into cryptocurrency as they get set. And once they're set, the whole quantum financial system is going to be reset. By 2025, you are going to run on a blockchain within your banks. I've been saying this for 2 years, but I'm going to show you facts, figures, numbers, logic. We know that Jpmorgan often FUDs the market with Bitcoin. We've seen the videos. We've seen what Jamie Dimon has done. As soon as he says that Bitcoin is worthless, the price drops. And now it's kind of the FUD is starting to wear off a little bit, but the price will drop. And then guess what? A Bitcoin ETF will hit. They're always investing in it. Well, on November 5th, Jpmorgan warns on Ether's price plunge, but Goldman Sachs sees an 80% rise by year end. So they throw the FUD into the market. And then Jpmorgan says this cryptocurrency is a better buy than Bitcoin as interest rates rise. Here are 3 ways to invest. Bitcoin may gobble up most of the headlines, but America's biggest bank says Ether is the second most valuable cryptocurrency, might be better bet as interest rates start climbing. In a recent report, analyst Jpmorgan stated Ethereum's growth numbers of uses, peer-to-peer lending, NFTs, gaming, stablecoins should help it maintain its value in the climate of rising interest rate. Bitcoin, on the other hand, could set for another slide, right? Warriors, they're fudding you in and out of the marketplace. I keep hearing that Ethereum is not going to is going to go away. Ethereum's going to disappear. Ethereum's going to collapse. Warriors, you need to understand the banking system. So what I'm going to do from here on out is we're going to watch some videos where we're going to break down what's actually happening behind the scenes. So take away all this FUD in the marketplace, stop watching the news and do your research, or come and watch my videos on a daily basis. Okay. So JPMorgan in 2019. Now, if this is just listen to what I'm saying and look at the connections. I'm going to show you all the connections behind the scenes. So this was on February 14th, 2019 on the Consensus website. You need to understand who Consensus is. JPMorgan is using Ethereum to launch a digital dollar. Here's what it means for blockchain. Okay, so I just wanted you to see the connection. Okay, it says one blockchain milestone that I've seen anticipate this year is slow but sure arrival of the institutional herd. Well, the herd arriving, JP Morgan, the largest bank in the US, just created a successful test, a digital coin that represents the US dollar and plans to extend their digital coin to other major currencies. The JPM coin was built on Quorum, an enterprise integration of Ethereum blockchain, and enables the instantaneous transfer of payments between institutional accounts. Okay, so this is in 2019. We know that the JPM coin was created. Okay, it was already created. This has been going on for a long time, and I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to show you how banks lie to you and fudge you out of the marketplace as they've been getting set up for a very long time. Okay, so let's go over here. Consensus, enterprise Ethereum, accelerated blockchain adoption for businesses. So Consensus works with Ethereum, right? They're all working together behind the scenes. We know that JP Morgan created its own digital coin for payments. And I'm going to show you how Bank of America, Ripple connected together. Ripple is taking over the outside of the US, right? The Asian countries are all aligning with Ripple. JP Morgan is going to work. They're not going to work together, but they're going to work to take over the banking system. They can't monopolize. Like JP Morgan, think about this. There is rules in banking called monopoly rules. I don't know if it's called monopoly rules, but it's basically like monopoly. They cannot monopolize just one banking system, right? So certain banks are capped out. They can't purchase any more banks. They can't acquire more banks. They can only grow within their current products, right? So the same thing that's happening in the banking system. JP Morgan can't just run everything. Ripple, Bank of America can't just run everything. You have to have things working together. That's why you have Algorand. That's why you have JPM coin. That's why you have Ripple. That's why you have R3. That's why you have all these different things working together, the SWIFT system working together to change our whole financial system. So we know JP Morgan has its own cryptocurrency. Now let's watch this new commercial that came out on October 29th. Let me restart this really quickly. Okay, so we're going to watch this. I actually was slowing it down. You guys know how I do my stuff. I do playback speeds really slow to see if there's any hidden messages in there. So we're going to watch this JP Morgan commercial that just came out for payments. And people are selling you cryptocurrency is not here to stay.
Is money. Money is a catalyst for change. This is change. Change that moves everyone and every business forward, from building blocks to blockchain, powering these companies to accept, hold, and move money instantly. This is currency that can't be hacked, igniting embedded payments and new economies. This is a single payment, split 100 ways. This is businesses ordering what someone else is making. And this is all powered by the highest level of security. This is to buy and sell things without ever touching anything. This is what a face looks like. It just paid for this, and this, and this. This is your car. This is turning it into your wallet to pay for your cappuccino with phone. This is growing your business from the smallest to the largest. This is all the business of change around the world, out of this world, that leads to things like this and this. This is every achievement there is to look back on. This is another to look forward to. JP Morgan Payments. That's progress.
So JP Morgan Payments. Did you see that, Warriors? Did you see the detail in there? Cross-border payments. Nobody touching anything. We got a new variant coming out of the C word, Warriors. Their money's dirty. You're going to be locked into your house. This is all by design, Warriors, to move you into the new quantum financial system. They kick the can down so far down the road. They're just going to keep printing money. And as they print money, the elites are putting it into the blockchain, Warriors. That's exactly what they're doing right now. So we got JP Morgan flooding the market on Ethereum. JP Morgan saying Ethereum's the best thing since sliced bread. We see the consensus. We see the Ethereum enterprises are connected. We're going to look at Hyperledger in just a moment here. Okay, so now we look at the Hyperledger Foundation. It's important that you understand these companies' work. The Hyperledger Foundation is connecting companies from all over the world to bring in this new quantum financial system. You're going to see names like Accenture, IBM, Jpmorgan Chase right here. Jpmorgan Chase. A lot of people miss that because it's so small. American Express. Okay. I'm going to go through a few of these and I'm going to stop. You got CVS Health. These are all companies you know. You got T-Mobile right there. You got DLT Labs. Let's see. Here's some key people you're going to see in just a moment. Let's go. So you got R3. You got Quant. Ripple. Okay. Ripple, one of our favorite cryptocurrencies. Swift. Visa. Verizon. Look at all these companies, Warriors. Bank of England. Do you know who's connected to them? Do your research, Warriors. And Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. So that's where I wanted to stop. I'm not going to go through all these companies. So we have Consensus. We have Ethereum, the Hyperledger Foundation. You saw Ripple. You saw Jpmorgan. They're all connected. So let's take another deep dive. Let's go over to Ethereum. Let's make sure you can see what I'm looking at. Ethereum, Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, okay? Home of Enterprise Ethereum. So who are their board members? Accenture, Santander, Block Apps, BNY Mellon, Consensus. There comes a Consensus again. Ethereum Foundation, Jpmorgan, Microsoft. Okay, so if we go over to Santander, okay, and we look at Santander, we look at Accenture, we know that Accenture and Ripple were partnering up for faster market cross-border payments. With a clear case in mind, Rise Bank completed its pilot with Ripple for 4 months, breakneck speed compared to the typical 6 to 12 month duration of similar project. Accenture of Ripple's systems integrated partners support Rise Banks through the integration of this team solutions, architects, business analysis, and implementation professionals. Okay, so you're seeing the connection. It's all connected behind the scenes. So let's watch this. This is really important, Warriors. It's going to be a longer video. You got to bear with me on this, okay? But this is really important. Okay, so now this is, let me show you who this is real quick so you can go back and watch these videos. This is a commercialization of blockchain by Jpmorgan Onyx. Okay, so this is Jpmorgan's products, Onyx. Okay, listen to what she says. Key factors. I watched this over and over again, Warriors. We are literally positioned so well in this quantum financial system.
Corporates at a global scale. As I mentioned, the big picture of the future of money is not clear at all. But we do have a few clues on what it might look like. Number one, the future of money will be designed first with shared infrastructure and collaboration in mind. But data privacy and ownership will be prioritized
Okay, that was key, with shared collaboration and data in mind.
In new models of infrastructure and utility. We learned this through building one of the largest blockchain networks of banks in the world, the Link Network, formerly known as the Interbank Information Network. Since going live almost 3 years ago, we have almost 400 banks signed up.
Okay, so key. They went live 4 years ago. 4 years ago. They've been telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud. Think about it. Ethereum and Bitcoin were the only two that were not deemed as security, Warriors. Ethereum and Bitcoin were the only two not deemed as security. And then all of a sudden, we have a Ripple case that comes out by Jay Clayton, who moves into a cryptocurrency firm that is focused on Bitcoin and Ethereum. They bring Ripple for the new Howey test, Warriors.
We first started the Link Network with the Resolve application, basically to resolve sanctions exceptions. So how this works is when a cross-border payment is made, it hops through multiple banks in the correspondent bank chain. A bank in the middle may hold up the payment instruction and say, the receiver of this payment is on my sanctions screening exception list. Is this actually the same person? Can we verify a birth date or address? Afterwards, a sequence of telephone calls and emails goes back up the chain of correspondent banks to find this information. And we measure this. It can take over a couple days or even a couple weeks to resolve this. So what we did was build a network to connect these correspondent banks and a payment instruction together in a peer-to-peer way so that the bank looking for the information can connect directly with the bank who has the augmenting information, resolving a sanction exception in just a few minutes. But rather than create a honeypot of data, we set up the information transmission as a private bilateral transaction between the bank that is sending the information and the bank that's asking for the information. Now imagine this: onboard onto the Link Network, access a global network of over 400 cross-border payments banks, without sharing or losing control of your data assets. We are listening to our link participants, and even to this date, we are collecting new requirements. Now, link participant demands are driving us to focus on ensuring blockchain nodes are being run in the local regional data center.
Blockchain nodes are being run. This is 4 years ago, Warriors. Blockchain nodes are being run. I've been telling you, the banking system, the bankers, the tellers, the branch managers, even the low-level executives have no idea this is coming, Warriors.
Centers in Singapore and in Europe, giving our link partners complete confidence in data privacy and data sovereignty. Second clue to the future of money. Contrary to existing business models where a key central actor, like a bank, tech company, or fintech company, captures the most commercial benefit from the market, in the future of money that we're seeing, applications will be designed with incentive alignment in mind and a deliberate and scalable implementation of revenue sharing. We are just now starting to put this in action through a new link application that has been inspired by the overwhelming feedback from our clients. Confirm, that has just gone live, which is focused on enabling banks and corporates to pre-validate account ownership, status, activity, and FX, helping to reduce fraud that occurs from sending payments to unverified bank accounts and reducing extra operational processes required when a payments instruction is not formatted correctly. Now, in this model, you have a data requester, basically the entity, the bank or the corporate that's about to make the payment saying, I'm going to pay to this account number. Is this Christine Moy's account? And on the other side, you have a selection of banks that can be a data responder. And typically it'll be the bank that actually owns the account that can respond and say, yes, I see this bank account. It's actually my account. And yes, I can confirm it's Christine Moy's account. You can have confidence making this payment. Now, in this model that we've developed, the data requester who's making the inquiry will actually pay a fee into the system. But the data responder, the bank that actually says, like, this is the account that I recognize and I can confirm the account owner, gets a direct cut of that fee paid by the data requester.
I told you, Warriors, this is all about fee structure. Banks are going to just be fees. That's it. And it's such low cost that they're going to charge you for the fees. So their margins are not going to come from interest rates anymore. Their margins are not going to come from the lending and all the money that you put into the bank. Their margins are going to come from cross-border payments and moving your money at the speed of light.
Now, those of you that are familiar with markets infrastructure, this is not typical in a shared infrastructure scheme. But we thought it was important to empower our link participants to think of themselves as partners with direct access to the upside commercial success of a shared link application. In addition to applications that Jpmorgan is developing, we are working with the 400 banks to enable them to write their own applications to deploy onto the network, amplifying their reach with our global network and enabling them to create their own value and revenue at lower cost than building and industrializing their own blockchain network, full stack, zero to live.
Boom, right there. Just like Ripple's doing. They can get a bank up and running on the APIs in 2 weeks. Jpmorgan created a system, so they're going to monopolize the market. Jpmorgan, Bank of America, and Ripple are going to run the whole banking system.
The third thing that we're seeing about the future of money is that it will definitely be programmable and 24/7, 365, and will not have overnight batches.
It will definitely be 24/7, 7 days a week.
Following the Link Network, our major program of work is focused on building out Jpmorgan coin and clearing networks. We have spent the past year working on blockchain-based core banking systems to make global payments more seamless, efficient, and programmable. While building the technology was certainly difficult, the hardest part was working through the various internal and external approvals required for legal and regulatory treatment of the blockchain-based deposit system. We are proud to announce that we are now live and able to facilitate cross-border transfers for corporate clients 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
Boom, the rich clients can already move money at the speed of light, Warriors. Get ready.
Without being limited by traditional local cutoff times and pre-funding. funding requirements.
Okay, so the rich people can move money at the speed of light, but all the working people have to wait. This is crazy. The gap between the rich and poor is going to become massive.
Additionally,
so sorry to keep jumping. Why do you think they're allowing them to move the money at the speed of light, but not you? So they can move this liquidity through the system to build the infrastructure so they can become even wealthier.
We are continuing the US dollar multi-currency payments clearing system work that we announced with the Monetary Authority of Singapore as part of the Project Ubin Phase 5 last year, building a multi-bank shared ledger to enable cross-border and multi-currency payment settlements that are real-time and atomic for the ASEAN region. The fourth observation that we have about the future of money is that shared ledgers for tokenized payments and securities will be seamlessly intertwined. Another program we have been developing is an evolution of the tokenized bond work.
Did you hear that? All of them will be seamlessly intertwined.
We started a few years ago. Back in 2018, we built an application to issue, syndicate, and settle blockchain-based bonds, automating the full life cycle of the financial instrument and automating interest payments and maturity. So we actually tested a $150 million floating rate bond issuance with a North American issuer and a number of global asset managers. Since then, and in partnership with our markets business, we have continued our efforts in maturing foundational technology components to enable delivery versus payment settlements, orchestrate and automate interactions between a tokenized securities and a tokenized cash ledger, and leveraging those capabilities to create new financial instruments uniquely enabled by blockchain.
Boom, I'm done. That's your whole banking system shift. This is already enactment, Warriors. This was on January 6, 2021. Only 1,579 people have watched that. I'm one of them. I watched it over and over and over again. She literally is the catalyst of proving exactly what I've been saying for the last 2 years. Here's the Onyx by Jpmorgan. Faster turnaround, drive cost efficiency, near real-time information sharing, security beyond blockchain. And then we got, obviously, Ripple, the financial network of the future, Warriors. If you can't see the writing on the wall, I don't know what to tell you at this point, Warriors. I have no idea what to tell you at this point. Basically, they're going to be bringing in a new Howey test. A bunch of cryptocurrencies are going to get wiped out. You better make sure you're in essential cryptocurrencies that are going to change the system. Think about that, Warriors. As you navigate through the next bull market and bear market, that's when we're going to help our Warriors in the bear market. We're going to be looking at the things that are going to be changing the world like this. This is the type of research we do, Warriors. So you can get in these pump and dumps and you can get in these shit coins and you can get wrecked if you want to, or you can make smart decisions, methodical decisions to set your family's future up in the new banking system, the new infrastructure, AI, technology, the metaverse, and get ready for the biggest shift in generational wealth, not only from the baby boomers bringing their business down to us, the wealth transferring to us, but the biggest change in your financial system, the biggest change in your healthcare system, the biggest change in your supply chain management system, and you have the opportunity to be involved in it, Warriors. So it's time to get your shit together. Click the link down below in the description, join the Private Warrior Academy, and let's rise. We're going to do this together. Warriors! Rise, get your shit together. Let's go.